Thank you for joining us this Saturday evening. It's been a pretty rainy day out there, and it looks like it might just be sticking around a little while longer. I'm Horbacewicz, joined by meteorologist Simone Thomas. Now, Simone, how much longer is this rain going to stick around?
Girl, we're gonna need the rain gear again on Sunday. Now we're starting to see things quiet down just a little bit, but we're gonna have some more rounds of rain coming through the evening into tomorrow. All of this behind that cold front you see that is just barely pushed south of the Little Rock Metro, kind of dragged along that Arkadelphia Pine Bluff line off into Tennessee and over to Texas to our west. As that kind of meanders in that location overnight, that's gonna help fuel some more rain throughout the evening. So we do have some more rain looking to make its way into the city of Little Rock, coming off from our west, mainly along that I-30 line. And we got some rain moving out of the state along that I-40 line. But again, we've got more on the way. And as you can see by temperatures, that helps you get a better picture of where that cold front is. We are going to continue to see that temperature gradient in the forecast tomorrow as well. But I'll have a look at what you can expect for the rest of the weekend coming up later on in the show.
All right, thanks, Simone. Now, the weather is something that Arkansas farmers are also keeping a close eye on. In July, we told you how the hot, dry summer was impacting a fish farm in Lonoke County. Well, tonight, THV11's Jalissa Garza shows us how the changes expected this week are helping them keep up with high demand.
Everyone within Lonoke County and this area, they have their specialties.
For Keogh Fish Farms, it's this fish right here.
So these are hybrid striped bass.
General Manager Seth Summerside says they're the largest producer in the world for it. And in the recent years, they've seen a pretty high demand for fish in general. A trend he says started when the pandemic hit.
The sales that we had at that time went up probably about 40–50%.
He says that right now the need continues to grow.
This year we're able to break an annual record from last year in October, and we still obviously have 2 more months in the year. We've never seen a demand this high for fish. That being said, the aquaculture industry is where the poultry industry was in the 1980s.
With the temperatures expected to drop this week, Summerside says that'll be a huge help in keeping up with requests.
We have 100 different ponds. We have anywhere between 50 to 75 million fish at various times in those ponds. The oxygen level is going to be key. Cooler temperatures, more oxygen.
That means the fish will have a better environment and essentially thrive.
Nutrients can flow better, and what's really important for them now is they're going to have better growth rates.
Summerside says that doesn't just benefit them, but also consumers.
Half of our fish that we sell goes into the food fish market. So the growth rate is a key for anyone that's using that as a protein to sustain them.
And with Arkansas still in a drought, the weekend rain also lends a helping hand to the fish farm.
When we see droughts, when we see these hot temperatures, we're having to pull groundwater up from about 100 feet below us to cool the fish down.
In Lonoke County, Jalissa Garza, THV11 News.
And even through today's rain, people still came out to take part in National Drug Take Back Day. Park Plaza Mall partnered with the Rotary Club of Little Rock and Little Rock Police Department to host the drive-through. People could come by or drop off old or unused prescription drugs. The goal of this is to help in the fight against opioids. You can participate beyond just today as well. Some sites that are open every day include Arkansas Children's, UAMS Health and Wellness Center, and even some pharmacies. Pine Bluff police are asking for your help locating a suspect in a shooting that happened last night. Officers are looking for 23-year-old Henry Raymond Arnold Jr. He's the suspect for a shooting that happened at the Fast Mart on 1313 East Harding Avenue. Police responded to the call and found a man with a gunshot wound. He was taken to Jefferson Regional with non-life-threatening injuries. If you have any information on Arnold Jr., you're asked to call the tip line. The search is over for the gunman behind the mass shootings in Maine that took the lives of 18 people and wounded 13 more. Officials say he was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound late last night. Christian Benavidez reports.
It was at this recycling plant late Friday that investigators in Maine found the body of 40-year-old Robert Card. The Army reservist, who police say was behind this year's deadliest mass shooting, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. They do not know when he took his own life.
Looked like he had the same sweatshirt on that he had the picture that we put out at the bowling alley. That's appeared to be the sweatshirt that he was wearing.
His body was found in the back of a tractor trailer in the overflow parking lot of the property where he previously worked. Detectives had cleared the area twice before finding him on the third try.
We cleared trailers that are there on that business footprint. Nobody had any idea that across the street, across Capitol Avenue, there's an overflow parking lot.
The discovery marked the end of a two-day manhunt involving hundreds of state, local, and federal law enforcement agents after a car opened fire at a bowling alley and a bar. The victim's family still reeling. Bobby Nichols lost her sister, Trisha Aslin.
Somebody that got out last said, Trisha called. She called 911. She was calling to save other people. And I know she would say, I know we wanted to do more, but that's okay. Because we were together. We were together that night, and I'll never forget it.
Those who died ranged in age from 14 to 76, including several people who were part of a deaf group of friends playing cornhole at the bar. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Officials are still searching for a motive. They say the shooter was recently admitted for a 2-week mental health evaluation and had previously said he heard voices. He left behind a paper note addressed to a loved one with a passcode to his phone and bank account information. Today, former Vice President Mike Pence announced that he was ending his bid for the Republican presidential nomination. He made the announcement at the Republican Jewish Coalition's annual gathering in Las Vegas today, saying, quote, "It's become clear to me this is not my time." Pence is the first major candidate to leave the race. He was not expected to qualify for the next debate next month. This as former President Trump dominates the polls. Meanwhile, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says he plans to stay in the race, even with his campaign manager planning to leave at the end of the month. Hutchinson also seems unlikely to meet the requirements for the third GOP debate after missing the party's second one. The former governor says he plans to announce a new campaign manager at a later date. Tonight, Israel says it has entered a new phase of the war with an expanded ground operation against Hamas. Communications are cut off in Gaza, making it very difficult for the injured to get help. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the country, saying Israel is in a fight for its existence and preparing for a ground invasion to wipe out Hamas and rescue the hostages. The intensified operation is raising concerns among family members of hostages still in captivity who held a rally. Across the globe, thousands of people are protesting, calling for a ceasefire.
Yes, it was a crime by Hamas, but at the same time, what the Israelis are doing, this is genocide.
The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says the death toll is more than 7,700 people. It looks like Jeep maker Stellantis has reached a tentative contract agreement with the United Auto Workers Union. Workers say the agreement is similar to the deal that the union reached with Ford earlier this week. 25% wage increases over the next 4.5 years. Strikers are expected to get back to work in the coming days before the 43,000 union members have an official vote. And it's starting to look like the Aldi in Conway is nearing an opening. Signage is up at the location near the Sam's Club in the former Bed Bath & Beyond location. Aldi already has 11 stores in Arkansas, mainly in the northwestern quarter of the state. But it also has one in Paragould and Jonesboro, each over in northeast Arkansas. We'll keep you updated with an official opening date there as soon as we get it. And a bit of sad news tonight. Friends star Matthew Perry has died at the age of 54. Sources tell LA Times that he was found this afternoon in a hot tub in his home in California. They also say there is no sign of foul play. Perry was most recognizable for his role as Chandler Bing on Friends.